We're going to talk about relations and the different ways that we're able to display a relation. A relation is when one set of data is related to another set of data, which is why it's called a relation, because they're related. In short, a relation is any set of ordered pairs. So we know ordered pairs are x, y. The different ways that we're going to focus on in this class to display a relation is a set, which is this one right here. Notice I've got the set brackets. I've got several ordered pairs, each separated by a comma, and then I close the set bracket. Another way would be a mapping, which is this one. In a mapping, we simply draw an arrow from the x value that corresponds to the y value. So this mapping would be the relation of 3, -9, 2, -9, and -7, -9. The table, which obviously just gives us the x and the y value as a table rather than listing it this way. And of course a graph where I have the ordered pairs graphed on the coordinate plane. We're going to practice going back and forth between these. So here, notice that I've given you the set in set notation. Typically we wouldn't have the and in there. The XY table would be just me writing out the 2, 4, 2, 5, 3, 5, and 4, 1. Notice on this one, I had to write the 5 twice, and I had to write the 2 twice because I need the row to be the ordered pair. For a mapping, I'm going to draw 2 ovals, and my X oval will contain the X values of 2, 3, and 4. Notice for a mapping, I didn't put the 2 twice because I'm simply going to draw an extra arrow. For the Y values, I've got 4, 5, 5, and 1, so I'm going to write 1, 4, and 5. And then to create my mapping, I'm just going to draw an arrow from 2 to 4, from 2 to 5, from 3 to 5, and from 4 to 1. So that would be my mapping. The graph would be me plotting the points 2, 4, 2, 5, 3, 5, and 4, 1. So that is all of the different ways to display that relation. Let's try this one, my XY table. Again, I would do every ordered pair, so 0, 1, 3, -3, -2, 2, and 4, 0. My mapping, my X values are 0, 3, -2, and 4. Typically we try to put those in numerical order, but I sort of screwed that up right at the beginning. My Y values are -3, 0, 1, and 2. And now I'm going to draw a line from 0 to 1, from 3 to -3, from -2 to 2, and from 4 to 0. And lastly, I will plot those 4 points to display it as a graph. 0, 1, 3, -3, -2, 2, and 4, 0. This is one for you to try on your own, and then press play to see how you did. My XY table, I would have -3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 1, 4, 3, and 4, 4. For an XY table, we don't worry too much about the order. For my mapping, my X values are -3, 0, 2, and 4. My Y values are 1, 3, and 4. And then I would draw a line from -3 to 4, 0 to 1, 2 to 1, 4 to 3, and 4 to 4. And for my graph, I would plot -3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 1, 4, 3, and 4, 4.